I recently started renting an apartment that's big enough for my daughter, myself, my mom, and my stepdad. My mom is disabled and unable to work while my stepdad was laid off a few months ago, and at this point have run out of their savings. They had nowhere to go, so I proposed renting a big apartment that we can all just live in together until my stepdad got back onto his feet. Plus, my mom is a live-in babysitter for my 7-year-old daughter, and I work third shift, so it also benefits me as well. At first, this whole situation was great. We all enjoy each other's company, and I didn't have to pay for a babysitter while I got sleep. My mom spoils my daughter rotten, which I know is going to bite me in the ass when my mom moves. But for now, I just love seeing her laugh and play with my mom. Everything was going better than I thought it would. But then, probably about a week or so ago, my stepdad Dale started acting strange on one of my days off, probably sometime around 3 a.m. I was in my room playing my baseball game. My daughter was at her mom's, and everyone else was sleeping. I noticed out of the corner of my eye that Dale was peeking at me through the crack of the door, just smiling, this huge grin all across his face. At first I thought he was just messing with me. "What are you doing?" I laughed. But nothing. I've always been a bit of a chicken, so I got a little bit creeped out, but just kept playing my game. I looked up a few minutes later, and he was still there, just staring. That same weird smile. "Dale, what the hell?" I laughed again, only a little uneasy this time. Then, he very slowly pulled back away, out of view. And after a minute, I got up to see what the hell was going on. And when I came out of the room, my heart raced. He was dead asleep in his chair. I sat there for a few minutes, waiting for him to pretend to wake up and laugh. But he didn't. He was really sleeping. The next morning, around 11:30 a.m., I woke up and came out to my mom and Dale watching TV. "What were you doing last night, Dale? Trying to scare me?" I asked, hoping he would laugh and tease me. "What do you mean?" He looked confused. "You were staring through the crack of my bedroom door for like 5 minutes, just smiling at me." I still thought I was going to see him crack a smile, indicating that he was pulling a prank. "No, I was asleep, man. I don't stay up all night like you third shifters. I'm too old." He laughed. "Is Kevin seeing ghosts again?" my mom asked in a teasing voice. "Ha ha ha ha," I mocked. I walked away and couldn't figure out if he was telling the truth about sleeping, or if this meant the prank wasn't over and that he just wanted to try to scare me again. I shrugged it off and went about my normal day. More video games and pigging out watching Netflix. The perfect way to spend a day off, in my opinion. Then the day came to an end, and I found myself yet again playing baseball until roughly 3 in the morning. I forgot about the night before entirely and stepped into my laundry room to have a quick cigarette. I heard a soft chuckle in my room, which was just outside the laundry room. The hairs on my arms stood on end, and goosebumps immediately covered my whole body. I looked up, and there he was, standing in my bedroom door, slightly hunched over, and smiling, that same creepy grin. "Come on, Dale. I don't really feel like joking tonight," I said, hoping he would laugh and quit. But he just sat there, not moving an inch. "Come on, Dale." I was starting to get a bit annoyed at this point. Then he took a step closer. When I saw his face light up from the TV, I knew right away something was wrong. His eyes were just too big. His pupils looked black and small, like he was on some kind of a drug. Another step closer. I was frozen in fear and literally couldn't move a single muscle. I've heard of people freezing from fear, but never had experienced it myself. I gotta say, it was horrifying. Another step closer. Now I could see his face much more clearly. This wasn't my stepdad. It looked as if the corners of his lips were gonna split at any second, and he had drool starting to run down his chin. His eyes had absolutely no color except for the slight bit of white around those huge black pupils. He looked insane and evil despite having a smile on his face. I knew it wouldn't end well if he got a hold of me. I just had this feeling in the pit of my stomach. "Dale?" I asked one more time, wishing that I hadn't. He took a giant leap forward as he began to run to the laundry room. Finally, I snapped out of it, and just as he got to the door, slammed it and then leaned my body against it. He hit the door hard, and after that, everything stopped. "Dale, if this is still a joke, it is not funny." I raised my voice. I knew it wasn't a joke, but I guess some part of me was still praying that it was. He laughed. It was silent for a while. I ended up staying in there for the whole night, with the chair leaned against the door, locking it. Thank God my cigarettes were in there, because honestly, I might have made a dash for my smokes if I didn't have them. Smokers would understand. After a while of sitting in there, panicking at every sound, I eventually fell asleep. I woke up to my mom talking to Dale in the living room, and that's when I finally felt safe enough to come out. "Hey, are you gonna go to the store at all today?" Dale asked. I just looked at him. He didn't crack a smile or anything, so I just can't convince myself that it was actually him last night. It was something posing as him, something impersonating him to try to get me out. "Kev?" My mom broke my train of thought. Yeah, probably a little later. I'll let you know," I said, speed walking back into my laundry room to smoke and fully wake up. I don't know what the hell is going on with him, but I hope to God that whatever it is, it doesn't happen again.